YouTube, what is up? So, I've had my AirPod Max 2s for about 2 weeks now, and I gotta say, I'm rather impressed. The sound, the immersion, I mean, you hear everything, but that's not always a good thing. And there are some things that Apple could improve upon. Actually, they should have. Already, past tense.
That's suspicious.
And there was this little issue that I ran into to where my AirPods connected to my device, but there was no sound, there was no functionality. But I did find out how to get that fixed, and I'm gonna add that to this video because I tell you what, I was freaking out. So what do you say? Let's get into it. The AirPod Max 2s are the same design as the original OG pair of AirPod Max.
Literally?
The change that they did was back in 2024 when they went from Lightning to USB-C. That's all that's changed. And with the AirPod Max 2s coming in at 385 grams, I think that over the past 6 years of the same design, Tim, couldn't you have, dropped it a few grams, got it a little lighter?
Good morning!
With that being said, I do like the design. These being my first pair of AirPod Maxes, the premium aluminum, the ease of adjustment with that nice glide, the canopy that they use for the headband, the removable ear cups. It still has 20 hours of battery life. And just 2 buttons on the AirPod Maxes. They have the digital crown, like from the Apple Watch, that you can adjust your volume with ease. 1 click, you can pause. 2 clicks, skip a track. 3 clicks, go back a track. And the noise control button, with just a tap, you can go between active noise canceling to transparency. Now, as far as the fit of the AirPod Max 2s on my head, look, I got a fat head.
He ain't lying.
Okay? My hat size is 7 3/4. What's your hat size? Drop a comment down below.
You said it was a good size.
Now they do fit very comfortably on my head, and wearing glasses with them on, I've had no issues with that. Now when I did first get them, I did have to make little adjustments here and there to get the fit right. And I do have to remember to wiggle the cans to make sure that my lobes are all up in the ear cups properly.
What does that mean?
But once I got the fit and the feel, I was all set. So really the only upgrade that the AirPod Max 2s bring is an upgraded chipset. They went from the H1 chip to the H2 chip. There's a lot of question out there. Should you upgrade to the AirPod Max 2s if you already have AirPods Max? And the short answer for me would be no. Upgrading for $550, although Amazon does have some of the AirPod Max 2s for $530. Link in the description for the latest price on that.
I see what you did there. Good one.
I don't know, unless they're not working right or they're banged up and you don't like the way they look, they are the Lightning and you need to USB-C all the things.
Treat yourself.
Now, if you happen to be looking for AirPod Maxes for the first time like I was, and you've never owned the pair, these are great. They've right into the ecosystem, and the switching, everything's great on them. Like I said, they sound good. $550, if that's okay, I would highly recommend these.
I like it a lot.
So what does the H2 chip bring to the table? It brings better active noise cancellation by 1.5 times than last iteration, adaptive audio that automatically adjusts the level of noise cancellation, conversation awareness, and when you start speaking, conversation awareness automatically lowers the volume of what you're listening to and amplifies the voice in front of you, and live translation, translating other languages into your native tongue. And they also have head gestures where you can turn this on, and when you get a call, you can say yes to take the call or no, I don't want to take that call, which is kind of cool. The future is now.
You sure?
For quick reference, as much as I tried, AirPod Pros with the ear tips, man, I would get severe ear fatigue no matter what sizes I tried. Different, bigger, smaller, left ear, right ear, even got different type of foam tips. Ear fatigue, I couldn't keep them hardly in my ears. I was always messing with them. With the AirPod Max 2s, I can wear them for longer periods of time. You know, maybe little cup adjustments here and there, but a lot less than with like the AirPod Pros. Not to mention that even after I would wear my AirPod Pro 3s for a while, or even the 2s, I would get like this phantom feeling in my ear like I still had them in there. It was weird. And the icing on the cake, no more having to clean my AirPod Pros. You know what I mean.
Wax on, wax off.
The sound on these AirPod Max 2s are so immersive, so clean, so crisp. The ANC, the transparency, they're unmatched. Apple is unmatched in both of those categories for me. The transparency, you have those on, you can't even tell that you're wearing the headphones other than the weight. And the ANC, okay, I don't know if they're 1.5 times better than the originals with the H1 chip to the H2 chip. However, I can tell you that when the AirPod Pros went from the H1 to the H2 chips, and I had them both, the ANC was greatly improved.
Yes, science!
Now, listening to music with the AirPod Max 2s is great. It's an experience within itself. You hear things, I've heard things that I didn't even hear before with my AirPod Pro 3s. Example, Rick James' Super Freak. There's a lyric in there where he says, "I'd really like to taste her." And right after he says that, you can hear him slurp / take a bite, something. I don't know. I've never noticed it before, and I thought, wow, that was cool. And on the flip side of that, Cage the Elephant, they have this song called Backstabbing Betty that I really like. And I was listening to it on the AirPod Max 2s, and I noticed out of the left side, there was like this weird tap or sound. It was offbeat. I don't know what it was. So I listened to it on YouTube Music and Apple Music, and it was the same thing. It was consistent. So I don't know. It kind of ruins the song for me.
Oh, Muffin, it's so hard being you.
Now the bass is phenomenal. The vocals are front and center and nice, and the treble is nice and crisp. Now, I am no audiophile by any means.
Welcome back, Captain Obvious.
But I gotta say, for over-ear headphones, these are the best that, I've ever listened to. Watching movies with the AirPod Max 2s, it's crazy. I was watching The Beekeeper, the Jason Statham movie, and in the beginning, in the intro, it has all these bees that are buzzing around like a hive or what have you. Oh my God, the hair on my arms was standing up. The heebie-jeebies on that. I was like, ugh. I was watching the new Star Wars Maul series that they got with Darth Maul, which is awesome. It's Star Wars, I love it. Star Wars. There's this part where he gets these intense light saber battles, and when he gets real aggressive, you can hear like these Darth Maul screams when he's like,
Pretty good, right?
It's in the lightsaber. It's not him yelling. It's a
Daddy, chill.
totally epic. The sound on this watching movies is number one. Now, playing Fortnite or Call of Duty on my iPad Pro while using the AirPod Max 2, it's great. It's a nice full sound. The directional audio you can hear all the way around you, and there is no lag. And I also, edit on my iPad Pro for my videos. And again, I'm no audiophile, so I don't know. I hope this sounds good. And also, too, the case is the same as last year's. Nice little felt on the inside. Feels nice, like a softer silicone on the outside. I mean, it works. It's great and all. There's no issues with it. As a matter of fact, there is no on and off switch for the AirPod Maxes. So to conserve battery and to put into sleep mode, you need to put them in a case. Now, when it comes to the battery, if you need a boost, you can plug it in for 5 minutes, to get an hour and a half worth of audio time. Now, the website doesn't say specifically how long it takes to charge from 0 to 100%, but generally it's about 2 hours. Now, the AirPod Max 2s are nice and I dig them, but it's not all peaches and cream. Tim, are you gonna tell me that you couldn't have got this thing lighter after 6 years?
No.
And a lot of people have mentioned that they get like neck fatigue on the back of their neck from the weight of these. I haven't run into that problem, but I do have an issue the way that they press in. You know, when I get, after a while, the spring loadedness of it all, I guess, it just pressures in and, you know, starts to cause a little discomfort after a while. And when doing activities like mowing your lawn or exercising or anything like that, your ears will get warm. It'll get sweaty. It'll be a downright sauna. But I did happen to come across little gel cooling caps, little ear cups. You know, they pop in here. They got the little cutout for so it'll recognize the ear removal and stuff like that. Nice, comfortable. Helps the cooling a little bit. I'll leave a link down in the description if you want to check those out. Now, I'm going to be making a video over like accessories for the AirPod Pro Max 2s, you know, going over the ear cups, and I've got this really cool hard shell travel case and even some cool little protective covers slap onto the side of your AirPod Maxes. Go ahead and sub to the channel and click the little icon notification so you get notified, you know, when that video comes up. Oh, and that little tip that I was talking about, let's say that you do have your AirPod Maxes and they're connected to your device, but they're not connected to your iPhone. Well, it's very simple. You just take the digital crown and the noise control button, hold those down for about 10 seconds, and you keep holding it and you keep holding it until you get the auburn color. And once you get that auburn color, then they're good to reconnect again. See? Just like you're reconnecting, connect it back, and boom, you're all set up. Guys, thanks for stopping by. Peace and love.